Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. R. Balasashireka, Assistant Professor, Department of Food Science and Nutrition, Avinash Lingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, Coimbatore. Today we are going to see the module on the approach-based precision rate, confidence level and on Bayesian statistics. Sample size estimation is a major component of any research design. Determination of sample size formulae arise from the relation between the standard error of the estimator of parameter of interest and the sample size. Practically, the resulting formulae require as input along with the desired confidence coefficient and interval length a point estimate of one or more unknown parameters of the model. Since the formulae can be highly sensitive to the choice of inputs, careful selection of the parameter estimates and target criteria are essential steps in determining a final sample size. In statistics, the most common method used for determining the sample size is confidence interval approach. Precision rate, confidence level and Bayesian statistics approach are mathematically equivalent tests for determination of sample size. For every test, an equivalent precision rate and confidence interval can be constructed. They provide information about the effect size in the sample and the precision of the parametric estimation of the effect size. Bayesian statistical methods are more popular in applied and fundamental research. On completing this module, the learner would be able to learn the concepts underlying the determination of sample size through the approach based on precision rate and confidence level. Understand the determination of sample size through the approach based on Bayesian statistics. Work out solutions to problems for deriving sample size for both finite and infinite population based on the above approaches. Confidence interval approach. Confidence interval approach is used to determine the size of the sample for estimating population mean and population proportion. Sampling error can be minimized or controlled by selection of appropriate sample size. Hence, researcher must consider the degree of precision required with respect to estimates concerning the population parameters while selecting the sample size. The following points must be considered while determining the sample size while estimating problems involving means. First one is variability of the population. If the sample size is larger, there would be higher variability as measured by the population standard deviation. An estimate of the standard deviation is used in case if the standard deviation of the population is unknown. Also, estimates of the standard deviation can be computed from the sample data also. Confidence attached to the estimate. This solely depends on how much confidence the researcher wants to attach to the estimate. In a normal distribution, if the researcher requires higher confidence to the estimate, larger sample size must be selected and accordingly the standard normal ordinate Z will vary. Higher the confidence level, larger would be the Z value. For 90% confidence, the corresponding value of Z would be 1.645. For 95% confidence, the corresponding value of Z would be 1.96. Table values are available for confidence level similar to t-test value or f-test value. Third one is allowable error or margin of error. It is a matter of judgment by the researcher. It depends on the objectives of the study design. The consequences is the result with higher inaccuracy. Greater precision can be obtained by selecting a large sample size. Let us consider that If a researcher like to estimate the mean of the universe within plus or minus 3, if the sample mean is rupees 100, then the true value of the mean will be either not less than rupees 97 or not more than rupees 103. That is, the acceptable error E is equal to 3. Based on this, we shall now explain the determination of sample size in order to ensure appropriate precision. Sample size when estimating a mean. According to central limit theorem, the sampling distribution of the sampling mean represented as x bar follows a normal distribution with a mean mu and a standard error sigma divided by x irrespective of the shape of population distribution whenever the sample size is large. Symbolically, it can be written as x bar intersection n mu sigma divided by x, where n is equal to 30. In this equation, x bar represents the sample mean, mu represents population mean, sigma divided by x represents standard error of mean, n represents sample size, and capital N represents population size, and sigma represents population standard deviation. The above equation holds true even if the samples are drawn from normal population where large sample size is not required. If the samples are drawn from infinite population, then sigma divided by x is equal to sigma divided by square root of n, which is sigma divided by square root of n multiplied by square root of n minus small n divided by n minus 1. In this equation, the expression square root of n minus small n divided by n minus 1 is called as the finite population multiplier. But this need not be used in finite population if n divided by capital N is less than 0.05. The standard normal variate Z may be expressed as Z is equal to x bar minus mu whole divided by sigma divided by x. This is nothing but x bar minus mu divided by sigma divided by square root of n, which is x bar minus mu divided by sigma multiplied by square root of n, and it can be simplified as E into square root of n divided by sigma, where E is nothing but x bar minus mu known as margin of error represented as E. Hence, n, the sample size, can be derived as Z square sigma square divided by E square. The above equation clearly infers that the sample size is directly proportional to the variability in the population and the value of Z for a confidence interval and is inversely proportional to the size of the error. Hence, the sample size is not dependent upon the population size. Second case, we know the confidence interval for the universal mean mu is given by mu is equal to x bar plus or minus Z multiplied by sigma p divided by square root of n. In this equation, x bar represents sample mean, Z represents the value of the standard variate at a given confidence level and is 1.96 for 95% confidence level. N represents the sample size and sigma p represents standard deviation of the population. To estimate mu in a population with a standard deviation sigma and with an error not greater than E by calculating a confidence interval with confidence corresponding to Z, the N is calculated using the formula N is equal to Z square sigma square divided by E square. If the samples are drawn from finite population, then the above stated formula for determining the sample size will become N is equal to z square multiplied by n multiplied by sigma p square whole divided by n minus 1 e square plus z square sigma p whole square. The confidence interval for finite population mu is given by mu is equal to x bar plus or minus z sigma p divided by square root of n multiplied by square root of n minus small n divided by n minus 1. As said earlier, n square root of n minus n divided by n minus 1 is the finite population multiplier. If the precision is taken as E, then E is equal to Z sigma p divided by square root of n multiplied by square root of n minus small n divided by n minus 1. Squaring the above equation, we get E square is equal to Z square sigma p square divided by n multiplied by n minus small n divided by n minus 1. By simplification, the equation becomes E square multiplied by n minus 1 is equal to Z square sigma p square n divided by small n multiplied by Z square sigma p square n divided by small n. Hence, this equation on further simplification becomes E square n minus 1 plus Z square sigma p square is equal to Z square sigma p square n divided by n. So, to calculate the sample size, the n is equal to Z square sigma p square into n divided by E square n minus 1 plus Z square sigma p square. In this equation, the capital N represents size of the population, small n represents sample size, E the acceptable error, sigma p represents standard deviation of the population and Z represents standard variate at a given confidence level. Now, let me see few worked out examples. The question goes on like this. Determine the size of the sample for estimating the true weight of the cereal containers for the universe with n is equal to 5000 on the basis of the following information. The variance of weight is 4 ounces on the basis of past records. Estimate should be within 0.8 ounces of the true average weight with 99% probability. Will there be a change in the size of the sample if we assume infinite population in the given case? If so, explain by how much. Coming to the solution, from the question we infer that capital N is equal to 5000, sigma is 0.8 ounces, Z is equal to 2.57 as per the table of area of normal curve for the given confidence level of 99%. The formula to be applied is mu is equal to x bar plus or minus z sigma p divided by square root of n multiplied by square root of n minus small n divided by n minus 1. From this, n, the sample size formula is z square n sigma p square whole divided by the sum of n minus 1 e square and z square sigma p square. By substituting the values in the formula, we get sample size n is equal to 257 square multiplied by 5000 multiplied by 2 square whole divided by 5000 minus 1 multiplied by 0.8 whole square plus 257 whole square multiplied by 2 square. On simplification, we get the sample size to be approximately 41. Hence, the sample size n is 41 for the given precision and confidence level in the finite population. If we take the population to be infinite, the sample size is worked out using the formula n is equal to z square sigma square whole divided by e square. By substituting the values in the formula, we get n is equal to 2.57 whole square multiplied by 2 square whole divided by 0.8 square. On simplification, we get the sample size as 41. So, in both the cases, whether it might be a finite population or infinite population, by substituting the values in the formula, we get the sample size as n is equal to 41. Now, we will move on to another example. Here, an economist is interested in estimating the average monthly household expenditure on food items by the households of a town. Based on past data, it is estimated that the standard deviation of the population on the monthly expenditure on food item is rupees 30. With the allowable error set at rupees 7, estimate the sample size required at 90% confidence. So, as per the question, we observe that at 90% confidence level, Z is 1.645, E is 7 and sigma is 30. The formula to be applied here is n is equal to Z square sigma square divided by E square. By substituting the values in the formula, we get n is equal to 1.645 whole square multiplied by 30 square whole divided by 7 square. On simplification, we get the sample size as 50. We will move on to the topic how to calculate the sample size when estimating a percentage or proportion. If the sample proportion P bar sigma divided by P would be square root of PQ by N, where Q is equal to 1 minus P, assuming the normal distribution P bar intersection N, P comma square root of PQ by N. Z is equal to P bar minus P divided by square root of PQ by N. Then the margin of error E is nothing but P bar minus P, which is equal to Z into square root of PQ by N. Z is equal to E divided by square root of PQ by N. On simplification, we get E into square root of N whole divided by square root of PQ. From this, we can obtain the sample size N as Z square PQ divided by E square. The formula N is equal to Z square PQ by E square can be used only if the value of population proportion P is known and for infinite population. If population proportion P is unknown, then the maximum value of PQ must be substituted in the above formula. Maximum value of PQ is 1 by 4 when P is equal to half and Q is equal to half. Then the equation becomes N is equal to 1 by 4 Z square divided by E square. By another method, that is by confidence interval for universal population P cap, which is given by P cap is equal to P plus or minus Z square root of PQ by N. From this equation, we understand that P represents sample proportion, Q minus 1 is equal to P. Z represents the value of standard variate at a given confidence level and N represents the sample size. Then, with the given precision rate, the acceptable error E can be given as E is equal to Z into square root of PQ by N. By squaring the above equation, we get E square is equal to Z square PQ by N. From this, we can arrive at the sample size N, which is equal to Z square PQ divided by E square. This is for infinite population. In case of finite population, the formula used is as follows. That is, N is equal to Z square PQ capital N whole divided by E square multiplied by N minus 1 plus Z square PQ. Now, We will move on to few worked out examples. The question states that what should be the size of the sample if a simple random sample from a population of 4,000 items is to be drawn to estimate the percent defective within 2% of the true value with 95.5% probability. What would be the size of the sample if the population is assumed to be infinite in the given case? Now, we will see how to work out the solution. From the question, we observe that capital N is equal to 4000, E as 0.02, Z as 2.005 as per table of area under normal curve for the given confidence level of 95.5%. As P value is not given, being the proportion of defectives in the universe, P can be assumed as 0.02. So, the formula to be used here is N is equal to Z square PQ N whole divided by E square N minus 1 plus Z square PQ. By substituting the values in the formula, we get N, the sample size, is equal to 2.005 whole square multiplied by 0.2 multiplied by 1 minus 0.2 into 4000 whole divided by 0.2 square multiplied by 4000 minus 1 plus 2.005 square multiplied by 0.02 multiplied by 1 minus 0.2. On simplification, we get the sample size to be 188. This is in case of the finite population. If we take the population to be infinite, then the sample size is worked out using the formula N is equal to Z square PQ divided by E square. By substituting the values in the formula, we get N is equal to 2.005 whole square multiplied by 0.2 multiplied by 1 minus 0.2 whole divided by 0.02 the whole square. On simplification, we get the sample size to be 197. So, in both the cases, whether it might be a finite population or infinite population, though the formula for acquiring the sample size N may be different, the sample size is 197. Now we will move on to the next example. Suppose a certain hotel management is interested in determining the percentage of the hotel's guests who stay for more than 3 days. The reservation manager wants to be 95% confidence that the percentage has been estimated to be within plus or minus 3% of the true value. What is the most conservative sample size needed for this problem? The solution of the problem goes like this. That is, from the question we understand that it is an infinite population with E is equal to 0.03, that is 3% of the true value, and Z is 1.96 as per the table of confidence level of 95%. We shall take the value of P and Q to be 0.5 as its most conservative sample size. Hence, sample size can be calculated using the formula N is equal to Z square PQ divided by E square. By substituting the given values in the formula, we get N is equal to 1.96 squared multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 1 minus 0.5 whole divided by 0.03 the square. So, we get the sample size to be 1067. Okay. Now we will summarize the important formulae for sample size determination. The table given below shows the sample size determination if it is in case of a finite population or an infinite population for estimating a mean and also for estimating the percentage or proportion. So, we can conclude that different methods of determining the sample size for finite and infinite population through the approach based on precision rate, confidence level and Bayesian statistics were discussed in detail. The sample size for estimating the different population mean and proportion were clearly discussed with the help of illustrated examples. In statistics, one should remember that formulae exist to determine the sample size and particularly applied in prospective studies. The sample size determinations act only as guidelines for the researcher to identify the number of units to be investigated. It is not a strict number as they do not exactly give the true value for investigation. But following a general principle is a must for sample size determination.